Excuse me. And we are back in Syberia. The world before. We just left Oscar in the drain. Just gonna flush that whole our whole buddy down the drain, and now we're up here on a train. The train up to the mountains. So yeah, getting some weird vibes off of this one, but anyway, here we go. Let's get a lot further into it. Sorry about the rustling. I got a little beef jerky here that I'm munching on, so anyway, let's look around. Oh, no.
No one here. Hardly surprised. Not exactly welcoming. I'd better find a way to the refuge. Thanks, but no thanks.
Okay, this is tram directions. What am I doing up here again? Reach the refuge. I refuse to do what you tell me. Can I run out on the tracks? I can.
Pretty sure that's a bad idea. Tempting, though.
Tempting to just end the game right here.
Pretty sure that's a bad idea. Tempting, though.
Yeah, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me like that. I have exited from the outside to the other outside. Here we go. Oh.
It's so beautiful, so calm. But what am I doing here? Well, they say bad things come in threes. First Mother's death, then poor Katusha, and now Oscar. I can't believe I've lost him again. Am I doomed or what? Thank goodness I've still got the girl in the painting. Something to hang my hopes on. But maybe I'm just kidding myself. And why me? Why not Katusha? Why did she have to die? It's like this painting has chosen me. Oh, it's a beautiful place. Don't know what I expect to find here, though. Yet somehow it feels right. Can't say why. I mean, why am I so sure this mountain refuge has anything to do with the painting? Maybe I'm just a hopeless optimist. Or a lost dreamer. I guess there's only one way to find out.
You know, I do have to say, compared to the previous games, they've really put a lot of attention into her, to modeling her behind there. That is one of the most... Geez, it's going like right up there too. It's one of the most detailed butts I've seen in gaming. Right up there with Bayonetta or... it was a 2B. Yeah, it's... Would not have expected that from Syberia, but whatever.
Herr Müller was right. It's quite a walk to the refuge. Well, I guess the sooner I head out, the sooner I get there.
Admire the view before you set off again.
Bit too close to the edge, if you ask me. I should find a safer spot. Wow, what a fantastic view. I should try and find a better spot to admire it from. That is stunning.
Okay. What is this? Okay, nothing.
I better be careful here. Too many fallen trees and wobbly rocks for my liking. What the hell was that?
Dun, dun, dun. It's Nick Canton. He's finally caught up to you. Inspect the resistance fighter memorial. Okay. So what this is?
Hiking tips? Thanks, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of it.
I should probably have read those hiking tips, but whatever. I'll figure it out.
Now, what do we have here? In memory of all mountain resistance fighters.
Okay.
Too bad I can't take a break. That would have been a nice place to sit for a minute.
Basically going around here, it's like, ooh, let's find all the bestest spots to take a break. Totally. Is that what that usually does? Nope. I did change up my graphics settings a little bit, so I turned down the graphics. Hopefully that'll clear up some of the problems I was having with the backgrounds not showing up, and hopefully improve the frame rate and such a little bit. So,
Well, that was one heck of a walk.
Walked all the way.
Oh, come on. A ladder now? Okay, let's just do this.
She's complaining a lot more than old Kate used to. Hold left click and move the cursor. Okay.
Pretty sure there must be another way. Oof.
Wow.
Finally. Oh. That must provide energy to the refuge.
Okay.
That must provide energy to the refuge.
Okay, and I guess I'm not actually going to be doing any puzzles with it. Weird. A little out of character, but...
I've seen that before. That must be it. Now I should try to find a matching point somewhere. Those sharp peaks, they look exactly the same.
Okay, that'll work.
No matching points here. I should try something else.
Try to find white dots on white. It's kind of rough.
Looks similar, sure, but it could just be a coincidence. I need to find more accurate clues.
Heart-shaped rock wall. Come on.
That rock wall. It can't be a coincidence.
Okay. Hill.
No, it doesn't match.
Oh. Rocks. Okay.
That's not specific enough to draw any solid conclusions.
Really?
Just what I was looking for. Perfect.
Wow,
Uh-oh.
hardly changed at all.
Breathtaking, isn't it, Fräulein?
Beautiful.
It is called the Silberspiegel, our local pride.
Judging from my painting, it wasn't that different 60 years ago. Ma'am, is everything all right?
Yes. It's just that you look very much like the person in the picture, Fräulein.
So, you do know her then, don't you?
Can't say I don't, but it was a very long time ago.
Actually, I've come a very long way to find out about her. I would really like to know who she is, or was. It's very important to me, you see?
And why is that, Fräulein?
Yeah, there we go.
You said so yourself. We look very much alike, right?
I see. By the way, what is your name?
Oh, Walker. Kate Walker.
I am Lenny Renner.
Nice to meet you, Frau Lenny.
Demoiselle, my dear. My legs never did manage to get me to church in time.
Oh, Demoiselle Lenny.
Okay.
Well, Fräulein Walker, 1937, you say? Ah, that was before the war, when I could still run like the fawn wind. Father was the manager in those days. It was one summer evening that the whole story of your painting began. I remember it like it was yesterday. A group of scientists were staying at the refuge to prepare for an expedition to some faraway place in the east. They were being trained by a local alpinist who was to guide them. His name was Leon Kabatis. Oh, handsome as a Greek god he was. And an Olympic champion, no less. Very popular with the ladies. And he was lovely to me. Would give me a wink and a smile whenever I served him his beer. "Thank you, Demoiselle Lenny," he would say. In French, if you please. Made me feel like a proper little madam. But then Frau Junta would always shoo me away.
Frau Junta?
Must have been in her mid-20s. But of course, to me, she was an old hag. Past it. And I didn't like the way she bossed my Leon around with that camera of hers. The refuge was buzzing. Everyone was jolly. And the scientists were there, debating as usual about this and that. A cheerful bunch, really, despite their disputes. Except, that is, for one. Frank Hoss was his name. Preferred his own company. Though I could see, even with my young eyes, he was devious as the devil.
But what about the girl in the picture?
Well, she was there that evening too. She had come to work through the summer. Her name was Dana. Dana Rose. Ah, she was as cute as a button and well-mannered with it. Even father was sweet as a lamb to her.
Take care of the scientist drinks, then go around taking orders. And have a look at the stove while you're at it.
Yes, Herr Gustav.
Will you be alright now, Dana? It's the first busy night since you started, so just ask if there's anything you need to know. Alright, my lovely?
Yeah, tutorial.
Thank you, Herr Gustav. I'd be grateful if you could give me a few pointers.
Oh, there's not much to it, really. Keep up your smile and the twinkle in your eye. Add that to a bit of friendly banter, and you'll soon have them eating out of your hand, my girl.
But what should I talk about?
For a start, people love to speak about themselves, right? But make sure you have an escape line ready, in case they drag on, or if things become, inappropriate. Especially when they've had one or two too many. So stay on your guard and you'll be fine.
How is the
Smile,
light getting
banter,
up in those
guard
nostrils?
up. Got it.
That's it. Because you don't want old Gustav having to wade in and pull you out of trouble. You hear me, Dana?
Don't worry, Herr Gustav. I'll be fine.
Off you trot then, my lovely. Keep smiling, and you'll have them carrying your tray for you.
I need to serve those drinks to the scientists.
To Spitz, Birne in Nebel. No more? Select the painting on the table.
What a strange mechanism. It reminds me of the automatons on the musical square.
Okay. Throwing a bone to the fans.
So this is the Spitze.
Flash will need it first. Okay. Oh yeah. Birna.
Birne, huh?
Two nibbles.
The keg's empty. I need to change it.
Okay.
That should be it. Let's serve these gentlemen now.
No, we'll have to go higher, I'm telling you. But my point is that it's highly improbable that any primate will be able to survive so high up, let alone thrive.
And if they were thriving, we wouldn't be looking for them, would we? I say they've taken to the higher ground, and they only come down to steal livestock and game.
Look out, chaps.
Gentlemen, your drinks?
Ah, good on you, lassie. Horst, make yourself useful and pass these around. First day, is it? Better make a wish then.
All right, I will. I wish you would tell me what all those maps are for.
Ah, that I can grant you. They show all the different locations of an expedition we're planning.
Okay. Okay, I can talk to this guy.
And what about you, gentlemen?
Well, let me introduce you to my dream team. Horst Sauer, talented anthropologist and frequent but worthy pain in the ass your mother. Rudolf Jäger, distinguished ethnologist. And last but not least, Albert Bauer,
paleontologist.
And yourself?
Reinhard Berger, biologist.
As Herr Berger says, we're here to train for the Origin expedition.
In return for funding for our own projects back home.
And for the love of science, eh, Horst?
Oh, yes, of course, Herr Berger. I'm sure none of us would be here otherwise, would we?
And what about you, my lovely?
Oh, I'm Dana. I'm working here during the holidays, that's all.
Okay, anyone else to talk to?
I see you haven't come just for the view, then.
Oh no, Fraulein. We're only here for the beer and a pretty smile. That's our trainer out there. Supposed to knock this scraggly lot into shape for the big climb in Baltayar.
Right. And what's that one of, if you don't mind me asking?
That is Baltayar, a remote region in the mountains of northern China. That's where I'll be leading my team in a couple of weeks.
And what's this expedition for?
Well, keep it to yourself, but the code name is Origin. And if I have my way, it will likely change the way we perceive humanity.
I'm curious to know what this Origin expedition is all about, though. If it's not top secret, that is.
Put it this way, Fraulein Dana. If and when we discover what we're looking for, you will no doubt remember this conversation as your claim to fame. You will tell your grandchildren that you served the Origin team, the team that discovered none other than the missing link of the superior race of humans, the Australopithecus habilis, the direct ancestor of Homo sapiens. Or, more vulgarly put, the abominable snowman.
Oh, I see. Now I get why it's called Origin.
Whatever we find, whatever we call it, it's likely to send shockwaves all through the world of anthropology. It will help us to explain how we evolved from Australopithecus to modern man, and then became...
He's off again. Get him started on anthropology and he's like a bolted horse. I don't think Fraulein Dana wants you to clobber her with your explanations, Horst.
The way that they end these conversations, it's like a long pause, and I'm sure there's a programming reason why they do that. It just kind of makes it seem kind of weird.
I might only be a waitress, but actually I find it quite interesting.
Well, Fräulein, the Origin expedition could lead us to a totally new series of studies, or even reveal a new mode of tribal organization, or a micro-society, by the discovery of a specimen that may well have played a major role in the evolution of modern man.
Come, gentlemen, here's to the Brown Shadow for generously sponsoring this expedition, which is sure to redefine our understanding of mankind.
Oh, I see we're fraternizing with the personnel, gentlemen.
Just giving a toast to our generous sponsor, Herr Hers.
May I remind you that this mission, financed by my party, is confidential? Do you know what that means, Dr. Berger?
Yes, Herr Hers.
It means, gentlemen, it is strictly forbidden to communicate any details or objectives to anyone outside our circle, let alone to the first waitress to come by twinkling her eyelashes. Fraulein, as soon as you're done here, I suggest you get back to your chores.
Dun, dun,
What a brute.
That is one of the inconveniences of working with a heavily politicized private sponsor. But he's just doing his job. And I suppose, like anything else in life, there has to be some compromise to get what one desires. So, think
Like
nothing of it,
sacrificing the
Fraulein.
background to get the foreground.
It
yeah.
is the way of science. Indeed, it is the way of the world.
The way of the world, Herr Berger? I'm sorry, but in case you do not know, let me tell you what members of the Brown Shadow do to Vagarans like me. They smash windows. They assault innocent people for no reason at all. They are fascists and criminals, Herr Berger. With all due respect, don't you feel ashamed to be associated with such tyrants?
I would be careful when expressing such extreme accusations, Fraulein. There are always overzealous members of any party, always have been. And even so, we are not politicians. We do not claim to save humanity. Our job is to explain how it came about. Why, if the scientific community had to hold progress at every political crossroads, then humanity would never have advanced any further than Homo erectus.
Dana, Dana, chop chop. This isn't a French parlor, my girl.
Yes, Herr Gustav. I'd better go. Thank you, gentlemen.
Like it's doing some weird, camera tricks, like a physical camera, where as things get closer, it tries to automatically adjust, but it's like over adjusting the background too dark.
I need to add more wood in the fire.
Okay. Just this. Okay, where's the fire? I think I probably need to take the tray back to the back. Put it down. Oh, those aren't. What's with all these weird circles over there? Oh well. Is there a place I can put this down?
Leon, dear, do make an effort.
Better not interrupt them. That Frau Junta wasn't exactly friendly earlier with Lenny.
Just gonna stare wistfully at him.
I think Herr Gustav would not like it if I left the refuge during the service. So I had better stick around. Lenny, sweetheart?
Crikey, you nearly made me jump out of my skin.
What have you got there?
Oh, it's a camera lens, that's all.
A camera lens?
Yeah? Borrowed it from Frau Junta?
I've just made her acquaintance. A real charmer, isn't she?
And she never lets me have a go of her gear anyway. I only wanted to help her film something. I bet she's jealous.
Or not. Don't steal it.
Whether she's jealous or not, you still shouldn't go playing with things that don't belong to you, Lenny, especially if you've been told not to.
You're not my mother, so there. And if you tell on me, I'll tell my father to get rid of you.
Oh, is that so, little Colonel?
It sure is, soldier.
God, can this place get any worse?
That's it? Hold it?
I'm better off leaving the little pest alone.
Okay, what's with this?
It's a beautiful evening. Mother was right about the pure air up here. Everything seems so right, so utterly clear. I'm so thrilled. My first job, I'll be able to earn enough until September to pay for a new year of study at the music academy. I'm truly looking forward to it. Everything seems to be working out at last. I feel like this is a turning point in my life. Just imagine, one day, Dana Rose, concert pianist.
Okay. Still in that view mode. Look at the background.
There, like that. Try not to move now, darling.
You look like they still have the same generator. Do. Alright. Let's see what all. Ooh, a piano. I'll probably end up using some of that. Okay, what am I gonna do? Alright. Provide service.
So glad Herr Gustav likes me to play for the clients. This way at least I won't get rusty. Those paintings. I think Herr Gustav wanted me to help him choose the one he should buy. He must have left me a note somewhere.
Like right here. A little favor for you to do. Follow me up with one of his paintings. Okay.
I should take a closer look at those paintings before choosing one.
Excuse me. Okay, how do I zoom in? Here we go. Not bad. Oh, that one looks neat. Let's go with this one.
I think I'll pick this one.
What's up here?
There's no one to serve upstairs. And besides, there's still much to do down here. I don't want to let Herr Gustav down.
Alright, here's the wood for the stove.
Looks like the customers don't need me anymore. I'd better check the stove.
Okay. Go. Go. Come on, game. Still better than 3, but still pretty...
Looks all good to me. Better try another one.
Okay, this is 4. Other ones.
Impossible. Looks all good to me. That one is loose.
Okay.
No. This mechanism controls the air intake, if I remember correctly. Herr Gustav didn't have time to fix it. flow seems right now, but I think the fire is too weak.
Sure.
Looks all good to me.
Okay. Here and get firewood. Can I not get firewood from the firewood pile? Wonderful logic. Okay.
Looks like the customers don't need me anymore. I'd better check the stove. So glad Herr Gustav likes me to play for the clients. This way at least I won't get rusty.
Weird. Can't turn the camera.
Wow, I've never seen a stove like this. It must be one of Herr Gustav's inventions that everyone talks about down in Wagen. I need to add more wood in the fire.
Okay. I'd like to add more wood in the fire. How do I do that?
There's a log near the stove. I'll be able to put it in the combustion chamber.
Okay, so log in the stove. Okay, in this bucket. There we go.
It's not enough. I need to feed the fire more.
Okay.
It's not enough. I need to feed the fire more.
Okay, now I can pick fire out of the fire.
That's it. I'm done here. I've done all that Herr Gustav told me to do. I'd better go and tell him.
All right.
Fine. No more orders and everyone's served.
That's the go. Now listen, Dana. I know, you know, the brown shadow is dangerous, right? So for heaven's sake, keep your feelings to yourself. And refrain from answering Herr Berger back like you did, eh? The brown shadow is not something you can just chit-chat about.
But...
Look, it's not safe. And it will only come back and bite you. Mark my words, Dana. Especially in today's climate.
I only...
Dana, I know. Just be careful. No one wants problems with fascists. You get my drift? And may I remind you that I warned you earlier when you asked me for advice. So I'll tell you one last time. Don't get drawn in. Do you hear me, Dana? So, young lady, you're still off to the academy in the fall, are you not? What you waiting for, then? Get back to your practicing and play us a nice tune while you're at it.
All right, then. I will. Thank you, Herr Gustav.
Play something melodious this time. It'll make a nice change from the military pieces some of the patrons have been requesting of late.
Is it just me, or are a lot of the female models in here kind of sticking out their butts a little bit more? Or am I just or am I seeing things?
Well, Herr Gustav did a pretty good job repairing that key I broke yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Get with the backgrounds. It's happening so often, I almost have to say that it is probably a creative thing, maybe, but I'm still not completely sure.
Leon, what are you doing? I want to catch the light. I can already tell I'm going to get a copyright claim on this, but whatever. It's a nice piece.
Oh, gosh, I hope I haven't...
Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
Bravo. Bravo.
Clap! How can you clap?
You call that a bravo?
So you like noise, do you? Do you? Well, you should be ashamed! Ashamed, I say! To applaud the music of a treacherous Polish separatist! Rebel rousing! It's this kind of rebel rousing
Rabble.
that puts the poison of Marxist
The actual word
Bulgarian
is
ideology
rabble-rousing, but I
in
can
the minds of
see that there.
honest
Get it wrong.
people! And those who partake in its vulgarization are accessories to treason!
You are drunk, Herr Hoss.
Out of my way, boy.
The animators didn't come from fighting games, it looks like.
Come, Fraulein. Best clear off until the dust settles.
You should have seen me then, Fraulein Walker. I was so young and eager to witness whatever could happen between Dana and Leon. I needed to know, to be included, one way or another.
Try playing the piano, sure. Poorly.
Oh, Lenny. Why don't you leave the piano to those who actually know how to play it, huh?
What a fiasco.
Not now, Lenny.
A blasted fight. That's all I need.
His voice sounds familiar. You have to look up who the voice actor for that character is. I'm not sure where I've heard it before. I know I ran into this back when I was playing Subterracore. There's a voice that was far too familiar.
Lenny, don't. Give them some space, would you? Lenny, don't. Give them some space, would you?
I'm gonna do this one more time. Doesn't she have a
Lenny, don't.
dump
Give them some
truck
space, would
back
you?
There, look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
So that's the painting pretty Dana thinks father should buy from Leon. I would have picked the other one.
Ooh, go up. There. This?
Honestly, Junta is not that good. I'm sure I could do better if only I could practice a bit.
Okay. So usually what losers say. It's like, oh, I could do that if I only wanted to. And I was like, well, you're not. So, I mean, look at that.
You all right? Yeah, I thought so.
It's just that if I had retaliated, I would have lost my job, you know? Believe me, I came this close to not being able to pay for my studies at the academy after the holidays.
Forget it. He was blind drunk. Won't even remember it come tomorrow. All Gustav could see it wasn't your fault. Besides, you didn't see him after your performance. Ecstatic he was.
There are more and more people like that brute. They don't even bother to hide their hatred anymore. It's like they've been given a mission, or perhaps I should say permission, to abuse people like me, as if Vagarans had suddenly become the scourge of society. And we're powerless to act because if we did, we'd lose our home. My parents, they've become a bundle of nerves. They can't sleep at night. Only last week, our shop window got smashed again, and our neighbors, they couldn't care less, and neither could the authorities.
Did I frighten you?
What's wrong? Did my rant frighten you?
Well, yes. Yes, it did. I mean, not you, Fraulein. But what you said about the fascists. You've put my own suspicions into words, Fraulein. Because what you say about the Brown Shadow is true, and that's what worries me. I used to think they were just a bunch of cranks in their ridiculous uniforms. But now I can see these lunatics really are serious. Deadly serious.
But you did know who was behind the Origin expedition.
Never gave it much thought, to be honest. Only met Huss and the scientists today. For me, they were no different from any other group I've trained. If I'd have known that, I'd have had second thoughts. Actually, do you know what?
What?
I'm going to stop training them.
Can you do that?
It's still a free country, right? So after a few weeks' notice, I'll be off the hook. At least, I get to spend the summer here with you. Painting.
But I don't paint.
No, you play. I paint. It's my passion. And you can be my muse.
Is that what you say to all the girls?
No. Never.
Hello, you two lovebirds. Everyone's going to bed, so you better come back inside or you'll catch cold, or worse.
The sun's still out and they're going to bed? Sure, okay.
And that's how Dana pipped everyone at the post. It only took one look for Leon to fall head over heels in love with her. And it didn't take much for Dana to fall for him. Love at first sight, you might say.
Okay. Once this loads in, it's time for me to get some refreshments of my own.
The whole band stayed at the chalet all summer long. Then, I suppose, everyone went their own sweet way.
Did you ever see any of them again?
Oh, no.
What about Dana and Leon?
They too went their own ways, I guess. And that, Fräulein Walker, is all there is to it.
Alright, 1 sec.
Alright.
Do you know if she's still alive?
Can't be sure, but I doubt it. It was a lifetime ago, Fraulein Walker.
Where do you think she might be if she were?
No idea. Things went from bad to worse after that summer. Not to mention half the town was razed during the war.
Did Dana leave anything here? Any documents or anything that might help me find where she went?
Not that I know of. But I suppose there might be in Father's old coffer. Must still be in the loft. Junta bought it from him that summer, so she could use it to store her precious filming gear. She was supposed to come back for it, but she never did. If there is anything that can help you, it will be in there. So feel free to look around the refuge by yourself if you like, even though I don't think anyone managed to open the coffer since Junta left.
Thank you, Demoiselle Lenny. Thank you so much.
Axe it open.
Maintaining the refuge must be a huge job. As tough as Lenny is, I hope she has some help when she needs it.
Find out what the reason is history before we open. Okay. Down yet? Who's this thing?
I have to put in a coin. Typical. That must be the piano Dana played on the night she met Leon. The night Lenny told me about.
Yep, that certainly is a piano. Oh, who are you?
Ah, I see I'm not the only one stuck here. Bah, pull up a seat and together we can moan about being stuck here.
Thank you, but I have things to do.
I hope you can stay until this evening at least. In London they have the changing of the guard. Here we get the changing of the colors. I guarantee it's worth the wait. English?
American, actually.
Oh, seeing as you've come so far, then. Besides, it's always nicer to be stranded in good company. From Belgium, myself, on a world climbing tour.
Stranded?
Didn't you know? They've closed the Teufelskragen. That's the path they call the Devil's Pass.
So that's what all the fuss is about.
All down to climate change.
You mean the thaw, right?
Made the path too dangerous to climb and apparently resulted in a morbid discovery.
Oh?
Bodies of resistance fighters. Killed while leading refugees to Switzerland. Frozen solid.
Resistance fighters? You mean frozen since the Second World War?
That's what the paper says.
Is that what the tent's for?
It's a temporary chapel of rest that the rescue team made while waiting for the bodies to be airlifted out.
I see. I guess there's no reason to disrespect the departed, even after all these years.
I only hope all this sudden interest from excavationists puts an end to the stupid rumors that a strange creature haunts the Silberspiegel. Otherwise, you can be sure as soon as the old lady pops her clogs, this place will become run over by those infernal tourists.
Darn tourists.
Can you tell me about this Devil's Pass?
Oh, it's on the far side of the cirque, looking out from the terrace. As you can imagine, it's called Devil's Pass because it's extremely dangerous. Most of all because of the risk of avalanche. Only seasoned alpinists can negotiate it, really. As a professional alpinist myself, what I love about it is knowing I'm climbing in the tracks of courageous climbers of bygone times. There's a real sense of history about it. For example, resistance fighters used it during the war to smuggle vagrants and other victims of the Brown Shadow into Switzerland.
The creature.
I've had some experience with fantastic fauna myself. But what do you make of the so-called strange creature that roams the mountain?
Just another local fairy tale to pull in the tourists, if you ask me. They say it lives in prehistoric caves. And that it's responsible for people going missing. Ooh. Some even say that the mysterious cries you can hear on some nights are the creature calling for a mate. In other words, the usual twaddle you normally get in remote or uncharted places like the high mountain or the deep sea. Twaddle passed down from generation to generation through sheer ignorance.
What about those frozen bodies they discovered at the foot of Devil's Pass?
Well, due to climate change, the snow line has receded, revealing the bodies trapped in the ice since the Second World War. Most probably resistance fighters and exiles, trying to flee the fascist occupiers and reach Switzerland by the pass. I imagine they got caught in an avalanche. Poor wretches have been imprisoned ever since. Until today. That is why the authorities have blocked access to the pass, so they can take the bodies out, identify them, and give them a proper burial.
Right. Thanks for cluing me in. Anyway, I better get back to what I was doing.
You are welcome, Fräulein.
Okay.
Lenny's father must have made this stair lift to help her get up and down the stairs. Must have taken him many hours. It's touching when you think about it.
I want to take a look at the oven.
A mechanical stove. Seen better days. Another object with the look of the Vorarlberg workshop.
Okay. Extravagant for a stove in a place like this.
Reminds me of Hans's automatons in Valladolid.
Alright, I can't go back there. Oh well. Oh no,
Dormitories. I wonder how many people stop at the refuge these days.
Oop. Okay. Was not expecting that to be a thing.
An old book? The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann? Funny. My grandparents left me a copy before they died when I was a kid. I should get around to reading it someday.
Okay. What is this? Back. Is this? No. Okay. Okay. Let's go explore down this hallway first.
This must be Lenny's room. Not sure I'm allowed in here, really. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me. Then I will be blameless, innocent of great transgression. Sweet. Photos of the refuge. Looks like they're arranged by time period.
Okay.
These date from before the war. There's even one from the summer when Dana worked at the refuge.
Okay.
All these photos go up to the 80s, including my date of birth.
Okay. Not sure exactly what her date of birth is, but whatever.
This series ends at 2002, 3 years ago, when I began my journey with Oscar and Hans's train.
Goes back to 2002? I was almost thinking it might be late 90s. Okay. Game.
That's pretty impressive. Obviously helps Lenny get up and about.
Oh, geez, if only you had your Oscar heart, you could.
She's still sitting there, watching. Wonder what she's thinking about. It's cold in here. Austere. Looks like a storage room.
It probably is.
Somebody's been smoking. A client, maybe? Unless Lenny likes to sneak a smoke.
Cigars. There is an oven or a stove. Furnace, whatever.
There. But who could have left it open?
Turn on its canton. Dun dun dun. Really, game? Really? What am I looking at?
Take-up reel, like the ones used on old cinema projectors.
Let's push the box first. It gets tough to do some of the stuff when the thing spins around. Vorarlberg or something. Okay, so she actually had like a disability. Or an accident.
I must remember to ask Lenny about it.
13th of April, 1945.
Don't want to break my neck, thank you very much. Don't want to break my neck, thank you very much. This must be Yunta's coffer, the one Lenny spoke about.
Okay, find out about the region and its history before you open the coffer. Have I not done enough to learn about the region? Yeah, I've done enough. Let's go. This looks like a puzzle, like maybe some of these are supposed to go into different slots. This one is in the right spot. Does this slide up or down or anything? Or? Okay. This one wrong. This one's right. This one's right. This one's right. we go.
Amazing. Now it shows the view from the terrace.
Find codes for the coffer. Okay, so 2 3-digit numbers. Oh yeah. Put it on a
Take-up reel. Like the ones used on old cinema projectors.
Let's look through. Rest of my notes.
The meager amount I've managed to save since I escaped from the mine.
Okay. Let us find a movie projector then.
Don't want to break my neck, thank you very much.
Me. Wine. So 413 or 13.4, that'd be one of them. Does this letter go anywhere? Nope. They got a few TVs around here. Wait a minute. Was it actively trying to show me that video projector thing? Alright, right here. The bench? No, it's nothing. It's playing with me. Probably just where I got picked up the thing. Not going down yet. They got a lot of stoves around. Well, double check. 15th of February, so 15.2. So we're looking at 14.3 and 15.2 maybe.
That's pretty impressive. Obviously helps Lenny get up and about. She's still sitting there, watching. Wonder what she's thinking about. Austere. Looks like a storage room. Somebody's been smoking. A client, maybe? Unless Lenny likes to sneak a smoke.
2 different kinds of cigars, though. You see that? Oh, hey, look at that.
So that's the painting Dana told Lenny's father to buy. Not bad. And similar in style to my painting. Wonder what the others were like.
What am I looking at here? Is there anything over here to investigate? Guess not. Thought I saw a walkway over this way. Guess not. What is this? No, that's just to go down. Come on. Oh, it's blocked off. I see.
Dormitories. I wonder how many people stop at the refuge these days.
Okay, I see something blocked. The Magic Mountain.
An old book? The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann? Funny. My grandparents left me a copy before they died when I was a kid. I should get around to reading it someday.
Not familiar with that book. Might be worth checking out.
What now, Fräulein? I was just about to doze off.
Can you tell me about the resistance medal with your name on it?
Sure, I was in the Resistance. Not for those medals, though. Nothing but tin charms. You see, there's those who received medals, and those that were killed. And besides, they aren't gonna give me my legs back, are they?
No, but they prove you played a part in the liberation of your country.
Puh, nonsense. Nothing but bad memories. I'd rather not talk about it.
How did you meet Leon Kobatis?
Why do you ask? You from the police or something?
No.
In fact,
I just thought I'd ask, since you seem to appreciate him. Didn't you?
Fräulein, when I said you could look in the guest rooms, it didn't include my room.
well,
But
crap.
yes, like I said before, he was a regular customer even before the episode with Dana. To me, he was like a movie star. What young girl wouldn't be bowled over by a young, handsome alpinist? And to top it off, an Olympic medalist?
What sport? Alpining is not an Olympic sport. Maybe
About
skiing.
Yunta's coffer.
What about it?
You wouldn't happen to know the combination, would you?
I told you before, I don't know it.
Where did the coffer in the loft come from?
In fact, Father made it himself during the long winter evenings. He wanted something more elegant and solid than the old family coffer where he kept the takings. So he made the one upstairs, thanks to the techniques he learnt when he worked in the Vorarlberg factory in Valladolid.
Valladolid in France?
That's right. The price Junta paid was equivalent to a month's worth of takings. Money well spent, though, because it was built like a mountain fortress.
I'll be going then.
That cannot be comfortable to rest your head against. I just gotta say. Oh yeah, that's this guy, 'cause he's a smoker. And that's gonna do much anything, but...
Fraulein Lainey will end up catching her death of cold if she stays out like that.
Oh, they're like little rings hanging off the stuff.
Reminds me of Hans's automatons in Valladolid.
Okay.
Lenny's father must have made this stair lift to help her get up and down the stairs. Must have taken him many hours. It's touching when you think about it.
Okay, so we got 215 and I think 418. Or 18-4, some combination. Yeah, permutation of that. No pun intended. That's what let's do. 215. Okay. 418. Then 215 over here. What was it? 313. 413, I mean. Right up here, so let's go check it out. Yep, 13. 413. Okay, let's try 13-4 and 15-2. Okay. 15-2 over here.
Alright, the number on the medal was 45, so let's make it 0413. Alright. Time to cheat. Come on, come on. Okay, official hint from the thing.
The painting on the top of Yunta's coffer reminds me of the view from the terrace.
Okay. Yeah, that's my timer telling me to call for the evening, but I am going to at least get to this coffer. So the tip from Microids says, to open Dane's coffer, you need to find a few elements in her room. Those elements will allow you to find the combination and the correct position of the wheels. Already have the correct position of the wheels. And then kinda Okay. Let's... Okay. Okay, let's see here. There's stuff I am missing. Plenty of old televisions, but no reel-to-reel projector. Looks like the projector is supposed to be up here somewhere. I'm not seeing any interaction points. Here's the projector, but it's not doing anything. Oh, well. Okay, I'll have to call it here for tonight probably, and I'll have to check a walkthrough or something. Give another walk through here, see what I can find. This is her room, or Lana's room. Anything here? Well, maybe there's a puzzle with these things here.
These date from before the war. There's even one from the summer when Dana worked at the refuge.
Alright, and when was that? $1938. Actually, let's go take a look at that Bible quote again.
I think the spyglass on the terrace is pointed towards the mountains, the same that are on the top of Yunta's coffer.
Okay. Oh! Maybe we could use that medallion as the coin. Here, take a look at this.
Austere. Looks like a storage room.
Run! Macht schnell!
There's a cap blocking the view. There must be a... Oh, the mechanism is blocking it.
Okay. Use your wallet.
There's a cap blocking the...
Frickin' controllers. Oh, okay. Bananas. Dress.
That's the fabled Silberspiegel. Oh, I wish I had...
Probably going to be further off to the right than that would be to...
the bodies of the resistance fighters that the...
Speed, stable back. Speed, down. Überspiel. Okay. Okay. Progress. Okay, so this one, let's compare this our pictures, got like that. Oh yeah, this is the Silber Spiel, that's right. 072. Okay, over here we got Devil's Path and Devil's Peaks. The Devil's something. No. Yeah, that's right. 102.
Amazing! Now it shows the view from the terrace.
I might have this one wrong. So this one's a bit further over. This is 127. This peak is 122. Pretty sure I got this one right. Hellgates would be, yeah, Hellgates would be way far over. There we go. Knew it wouldn't be that far. Bam. Come on. Oh, I see. Fräulein Junta.
No doubt Junta must have written this. Summer 1937. The year Dana worked here. Let's see. I filled my last diary last night. ordered another one, but still waiting for supplies to be delivered to the refuge, using an old envelope in the meantime. Today invited Dana for a chat after her shift.
Ah.
I'd like to know what Leon sees in her. I've never seen him so smitten. Thanks for popping up, Dana. How did the shift go?
Fine. Same as usual.
Just finishing up here, then I'll make us a nice cup of tea.
Wow. That looks futuristic. What is it?
Ah, that little baby is my viewer. That's why it goes in the coffer.
What does it do?
I use it to put together and edit the rushes.
The what?
Rushes. In other words, the strips of unedited footage. I've finished today's selection, so be a dear and put it in the coffer, would you?
I would if I knew how.
Oh, just turn the key in the lock.
Okay. You can relive the elements of the past it describes. Just click the Kate and Donna. Okay. Well, that is all for right now, so we will get further into this next time. But I did manage to open the coffer, so I'm happy with that. So, till next time, leader.